I think that everyone gets nostalgic to some extent. And the thing is that I know that nostalgia can be in terms of progression as a person, because nostalgia is simply just remembering and holding on to the past because the past is super warm and etc. And I understand how that can be a little bit flawed when it comes to progressions as a person, because like I said, you are holding yourself back. But I can't help it. Nostalgia, I love nostalgia, but I understand that it is holding me back. See, the thing is that I was watching Banana Fish, and if you don't know what Banana Fish, it's an anime, and it popped up on Netflix, and I just finished it again. The last time I watched it was, I think, right before COVID, like literally right before, like during during 2019 is when I'm pretty sure I was a sophomore, and when I was a sophomore, like the half of the school year, they canceled school for the rest of the year, and I was like, oh great, I'm pretty sure everyone had this feeling where there was like, oh my gosh, we are done with school, we're done with school, basically just a very long break. And during that time, life felt very, very good. Life felt amazing. And the reason why I'm bringing up Banana Fish is because that's the time when I was just because everybody was at home. Like there was not much to do besides play video games, and watch anime. But the thing is that what reminds me when I'm watching Banana Fish is simply how good it felt, just during that time. I don't know how exactly, but everything just felt nice. It felt right. Like no stress, no nothing, no anxiety, no anxious of the future. All we had to focus on was watching anime and being on Discord with your friends. And it was amazing. It was the best. Honestly, it really was. It was nice. Like we would, cause um, there was not much anime. Like during that time, anime wasn't really a big thing. Well, at least that's what I think. But during that time, anime wasn't big, so there was not much anime that you could watch on Netflix. I mean, there was like Full Metal Alchemist. I'm pretty sure you could watch on Netflix, but I couldn't really watch a bunch of anime on Netflix. I would have to go like a um, third party anime website. I think one of them was like AnyPlay or something like that. Any AnyPlay or AnyWatch. I think AnyWatch was one of the big ones, but there was also uh like there was like one that had like cartoon in the name. But I'm bringing this up is because when we were just in our sophomore year, technically, we were also went into our junior year also, but sophomore year, we were literally just. Well, when I'm talking about like this era, I'm talking about like the transition of literally of what's it called again? Like lockdown or something like that. I forgot. I totally forgot. That thing was like literally 5 years ago, I think. 6 years ago, actually, almost 7. But like during that time, during that time, life just felt so right. You were just watching anime. You were just being with your friends. Well, online, of course. Uh, like things were, for some reason, they were right. And I think during that era was the last time I felt very, very happy with my life. Like I'm happy with my life now, but of course, like there, with my life now, there's a balance between hardships and things that make you happy. There's a balance, you know. Like when you get to a certain point in your life where, like, especially like I think it's usually when you get into your 20s. I can't really say for everyone, but usually when you hit this point in your life, there's you know your life is a mix of things, which is good and bad, because you're in your life where you're realizing a lot of things, and a lot of those things bring you struggle. Like you're learning more about relationships, you're learning about future jobs, you're realizing how big you know money problems are, and etc. Like you start realizing the extent of these problems and how extravagant they are in your life. But before, you were innocent, you weren't aware of these things. That's why during that time it was just pure joy. Now, like, it's pure joy sometimes, but before it was literally pure joy all the time, or majority of the time. And that's why I miss it. You know, nostalgia is what's holding me back, but I I like I like the nostalgia. I like the feeling of nostalgia. Like I said, I know it's not a good thing to be thinking this way. What am I talking about? Like I know it's not necessarily good to be thinking this way, and I know that I'm supposed to be letting go of the past, like not forget it, but letting it go, because I'm holding on to the past only because that was the last time I felt pure joy like that, where I was happy majority of the time. That was the last time I was happy almost every single day. But I know it's holding me back from creating new memories, um, enjoying life. Because there's more to life than than what you experienced in the past. We all know there's more to life, but for some reason, it's just you don't want to let go of the past because it just felt so right. Like it's just for some reason it's a little bit scary moving on into the future. Like you because it's so unknown. Before in the past, everything is known because it happened in the past. Like you are currently already aware of the past because it already happened. And that's why it's so scary to move on to the future, is because there's just you're more anxiety prone. Like there's more reasons to be anxious because you don't know so many things. And of course, you're supposed to dive into the unknown. You're supposed to dive into the things that are making you uncomfortable because that's how you're supposed to live a better life, or as they say, which is I think it's true. But you know, I'm just gonna quote off them. Like it's rather difficult um, to just let go of the past when the past was the last time you've been so happy. But of course, that's a bad thing, is because it prevents you from being happy later on. And I know that. I'm aware of it. But for, you know, I just, because at the same time, I don't want to move on. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe the reason why I'm holding on to the past because I just simply don't want to move on. Creating new friends, letting go of a lot of people. Like the thing is that like my friend group, like nothing's bad, you know. All of us are just doing different things, right? But the thing is that because everybody is because my high school friends, we were literally in this one box. But then now, when we go to college, we graduate, we experience our lives, our individualities. Now everybody is outside of the box and going their separate ways. So we don't see them anymore. It is not that nobody is bad in bad terms. Like, you guys are not necessarily leaving each other. You're just leaving the place that you guys grew up in. And there's some people that I kind of just wanted to keep holding on to only because they were still here. But then you kind of start to realize, like, you're moving on to your own life and they are doing their own life. And sometimes it just doesn't work that way. Not because, like, it's necessarily bad. Like, you can still see them every now and then. But, I mean, some people are... some people I've been unhappy with. I've been just clinging on to them because it felt nostalgic still being friends with them. But then you start to realize, like, now it's not even nostalgia anymore. It's more like trying to hold on to something that's just not there anymore. That's why I was still friends with some people, because I was friends with them like long before. But then I wasn't really happy with spending time with them. I only kept asking to hang out only because I just didn't want to move on, because the way I saw these people was a way of my past, because I knew them in that, like, happiness era. But then you start to realize, like, you're not in that era anymore, and these people just don't belong in this time of yours anymore. So you guys don't fit. You either don't like how they act anymore, you don't like their mindset. Everybody's mindset changes, everybody's ideologies change as they grow older. And you guys kind of start to realize that you guys just don't have the same ideologies anymore. And I just got upset. I got upset because I just didn't really want to spend time with this person anymore. So I just left. I took myself out of it. But that's the thing that I kind of realized. Like, I was only holding on to this friendship only because it was nostalgic to me. Nostalgic because it was like a connection to my past where I was so happy. And I just didn't want to, delete that friendship. Like, I'm not talking about my main group. I'm still friends with my group, the people that I actually grew up with. But of course, like, you have your type of people and just people on the outside. But it just so happens that people on the outside of my circle just so happen to be, like, easy access. Like, hey, I can just ask them to hang out, stuff like that. But it was like a last resort type of thing. I know that's kind of bad to say. Like, you're kind of just using people as a last resort because you're just lonely, which is kind of like you're using people in a sense. But that's why I was like, I mean, there's a bunch of reasons why I also wanted to not be friends with this person, because I just thought it was unfair to that person and me. But majority of the reason why was because I was just holding on to this one person is because of nostalgia, and I let go of that. And now there's, like, some emptiness inside. Like, I still felt a little bit empty when I finished Banana Fish again. I mean, because that anime is sad. If you're planning to watch it, you should watch it. Just know that there is a sad ending. Ooh, yawned. Like, it is kind of a sad ending, but my hair is very frizzy only because I washed it today. It's gonna be better in the morning, but that's why it's just bothering me. My hair is just bothering me a little bit. Yeah, but anyways, we'll just leave it like that, and yeah.